Hey, good people on YouTube. Wait, let me see. There's two people telling me about my email. What's going on with the email? This is the stuff I'll be talking about. Can y'all do me a favor? Because I've had this happen before um, with this email address. Could y'all forward the emails you sent to that email address to darcellandre@gmail.com? Could you forward it to that, please? Um, and that's going to be my primary email because just do that now. Okay. Thank you so much. Um, no, it's just my name, darcellandre@gmail.com. Because I think also what happens with this, because of how long I've had this email address, I think the storage fills up, and then it's supposed to be a thing where it like deletes like old stuff, but when the storage fills up, the business email be tripping sometimes, but there's a fix. It does, V. Okay. Okay, sorry. Yeah, it got to, because I've had the same. I said thank you, thank you. Okay. I will check that once I slide off of here. Um, yeah, because it would do that. Then it'll be full, and then when it's full, it won't bounce the email back to the person. It just will never get to me. You know. So I have to update to the Darcel Andre email. Okay. Let me see, Shayna. Okay, Shayna, are you here? You're in the comments. All right, let me say my prayer and we'll get started. All right. Divine source, divine spirit. Please connect me to Shayna's energy, please. All right. Spirit, could you give me some information here as to what is it that Shayna needs to know at this time? What does Shayna need to know at this time? That's card spirit use for Shayna. All right. Oh, I didn't even put it on the screen. I'm sorry, Fran. Okay. All right, Shayna. So let's look at this. The first card that we have shown up here is the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles. And when the Eight of Pentacles shows up, this is the time where you are in a skill development space. And so what that means is that I often think about like with I'll use myself an example. As an example. Um Before I really got into the flow of doing, for instance, readings and things like this, I had to develop my skill in reading other people, right? And realize how the spirit communicates to me as opposed to how um, the spirit may communicate to me about other people. So there was a period of mastery and studying that I had to do before I could really show up in the capacity that I show up now. With that being said, though, I just posted, I don't know if you're in the Patreon, I just posted the weekly reading. And in the weekly reading, the spirit spoke about this being a time of study and a time of mastery. And so, whatever it is that you are needing, you've been wanting to study, or you feel like you need to dive into and learn more about, the spirit wants you to move in that direction. All right. If you want to go back to school or you want to get certifications, anything in the realm of study, the spirit wants you to move in that direction. And this is also a positive message. If you are doing that currently, that this is something that you should continue to do. All right. This is also an indication of whatever it is you've been putting hard work into, it's going to pay itself off. Okay. Don't think that the hard work you're putting in is something that is going to be in vain, because it's not. Okay. So it may feel like you have to work and be diligent, and also that you need to, um, I don't know, study and dive into to more study and learning about things. But this is what this even this year is about. When you talk about the year of eight, this is about setting the foundation, establishing the foundation building, so that when we get into the year of nine, which is next year, we have this transformation and this birthing and this change that happens. Okay. So studying, learning new things, continuing to dive into the mastery. Other thing here is we got the Nine of Cups, which shows up here in reverse. All right. And when this Nine of Cups shows up in reverse, this is something about making sure that your internal happiness is together. If your internal happiness is not on point, nothing that you get externally will be on point. It's never going to be enough. It's always going to fall short. There's going to be a problem, a situation. That's just it. So the internal environment, it's the universal law of correspondence. The internal environment projects to the external environment. So what are you doing to take care of the internal environment? Because when you got a hold and a mastery, come on, Eight of Pentacles coming back up. When you got a hold and a mastery of the internal environment, nothing that goes on externally is gonna have an effect on you. It's not, unless you allow it to. So if you have done the work to ensure that internally you have peace and joy about yourself, And hey, and you've gotten yourself together internally, you could be literally in the midst of a warfield, a battlefield, and remain unshifted and unchanged. Okay, so if that is making sure that you're on top of your meditation, on top of your prayers, on top of your affirmations, on top of your exercise and your stretches, whatever it is that you do to maintain inner peace and inner balance and a good internal environment, that has to be that's at the forefront. I'm absolutely working on the inside. Great, great, great. And so that's a confirmation for you also that this is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Okay? You're not off. All right. In addition to that, we got the Six of Swords. All right. And with the Six of Swords, it's a great card in conjunction with the inner work that you're doing, because the Six of Swords is about moving on. It's about transition. All right. It's about releasing old ways of doing things and moving into a new space, a new realm. Hello, Kenny. Kenny K. How are you? Um, Moving on to a new realm, a new space in your life. Okay. And that's what this is. All of this here. So I'll tell you this: when there is a transition that is on its way to occur, um, it may feel and it may look like everything is falling off and things are dropping off left and right. That may be the experience. All right. But that is actually the indication of the change taking place. All right. Because when you go from one space to another, there's some things that you can't take with you. Some people were connected to you when you were unhealed. And now that you're stepping into your healing, you can't rock with the same folks like you did. Okay. That's just not a possibility. Hold on, real quick. Okay. I'm back. Yeah. That's just a part of the process. Just like when you get on a plane, you can't take all your stuff with you. You got your carry-on, okay? You got your personal item. How many in the queue, brother? Just one other person right now. So you can slide hop on. You got your personal item, okay? And you carry on, and you may get one check luggage if you're flying Delta. Okay. But or whatever, as to say, everybody can't go with you. And that just is what it is. And there is, despite how it may feel like, there's a blessing in the fact that everybody can't go with you. Okay? Because anything that you're supposed to take with you or that is supposed to be with you is what you need. And if they fall off, if they stop talking to you, if they're no longer connected to you, it's because you no longer need that connection. Okay? Lastly, the message for you is with the Eight of Swords. Part of your inner healing is to find the ways that you've been restricting yourself. Okay. Here's the key: the way in which you have been restricting yourself. So, this is the self imposed barriers, the self imposed boxes. Shayna is supposed to show up like A, B, C, and D. That's the way I'm supposed to be. I'm this, I'm woman, I'm black woman, I'm this, that, and the third. I'm supposed to show up like this. Understand that that's a box that you have put yourself in. Okay. And so when we get that understanding, and we break free from the boxes, not that others have put us in, but the box that we have put ourselves in, and partially because we have come into agreement with that box. And when you come into agreement with that box, well, you can't tell the difference between what was their thought and what's yours, who you really are, or who the experience made you to be. Okay? So that's the space that we're in. This is what the spirit needs you to know. Okay? Thank you, Shayna. You're welcome, but you are certainly on the right track. I got V, and then I got Vina F. Come on, 2 V names. I got V Durham, and then I got Vina F. Hey, y'all. I'm here. Okay. Okay. Let's see. V. All right, V. Here we go. Braxton. Bye, Braxton. You're not coming up here. Okay, V. Let me say my prayer. We'll begin. All right. All right, divine source, divine spirit. Please connect me to V's energy. All right, spirit. What does V need to know? All right, V. Okay, V. So let's talk about this. First, we're gonna start with this 3 of Swords in reverse. Okay, this 3 of Swords in reverse is talking about negative self-talk. V, are you being hard on yourself again? Are you being hard on yourself again? So the 3 of Swords comes to speak about that. It comes to speak about the need. V says, nah, of course not. I was talking to a friend though about her negative self-talk. This energy though, it speaks about the need for optimism. the need for optimism, and also the need to make sure that we are choosing to be as kind to ourselves as possible. Okay. Um, and that we are, even when we are striving for perfection, um, that we are not giving ourselves unreasonable standards, unreasonable measurements. All right. And that we are, we're being realistic. Okay. And we always have to ask ourselves, is this helpful or is it not? Is this a helpful conversation? Is this a helpful thought? Or is this thought not really helpful? All right. Now, the unreasonable standards is a thing, but that is within that same realm. Hey, Tessa, thank you. That's within that same realm because when we, it's still self-harm, right? Because when we are holding ourselves to the unreasonable standards, we are setting us up to fail. And then we get mad at ourselves for failing. And we start to pick apart and find all of the things that we should have did better in order to not fail again. That's still a setup for negative self-talk and for self-harm. Okay. And so we have to really deal with that. We have to really deal with that. And if that is simply an organizational thing, then hey, that's just an organizational thing. And you having to tell yourself, okay, V, you can't do everything. And that's something that I had to tell myself just recently. You can't do everything. Mm-mm. No, you cannot. Can't do everything, nor do you have to do everything. Okay. Everything has its season and its appropriate time. Hello, is my phone charging? It just went dim. Hold on real quick. Let me just make sure. I want my phone to down, y'all. Please, everyone. No. Yeah. Not even a little bit. You can't please everybody. All right. So keep that within your mind, in the back of your mind. But I do step back when I get overwhelmed. Okay. That's good. That's good. I think the goal is, as you are learning yourself and developing this, the goal is to say, all right, what are the signs of overwhelm? And how can I respond to the signs of overwhelm creeping up so that overwhelm does not have to occur? And I do not have to pull myself up out the rut. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And now that's preventative. That is preventative. It's like the slip, trip, fall. Let me catch myself when I start slipping, because then I'm going to start tripping. And once I'm tripping, I'm probably going to fall. Following that, V, we got the Wheel of Fortune here in reverse. Okay. With the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, this is not talking about your finances or bad luck happening. This is instead a commentary on cycles and the need to break cycles. Um, but also understanding and locating what the cycles are. All right. We use the term curse, generational curse, there's curses and all that. But identifying the cycles and getting clear about what they are, sitting down with yourself, writing cycles. What are my family cycles? What are the family cycles? What are my personal cycles? Right? What are the cycles that need to stay in rotation? And what are the cycles that need to go? And it is something about not just having it up here, but having it written down that does something. Okay? It just does something. When you got that thing written down, it just does something different. And when you can look at it, and when we can, and because you know what else happens when you do that? Y'all, I think I'm actually going to close my list after Vena. So let me just go ahead and do this now because the time is getting short. Yeah. Okay. I definitely need tactile. Come on, tactile. But let me tell you what happens when you write stuff down. Did you know that writing things down is an excellent cleansing practice? Why? Because the energy is no longer in here. You've taken the energy and you've put it onto something else. And now that you've gotten that onto something else, you can see and sense and feel that there's a difference between it, between you and it. And guess what? When you write it down, you could crumble that paper, you can throw that paper away, you could set it on fire, you could punch it, drown it. But it helps you to get clear that there's a difference between this and me. Okay. And it also lets you know, V, it gives you a marker so you can see the work that you're doing, right? And the energy work and the things that you have done. Okay. We get into a space where um I'm sorry. We get into a space, sorry, a message came up and I was like, done. Y'all know I do not do well with multi what tasking. I'm back. Um, I was gonna say that, but then I wanted to hop over here. So I'm gonna hold on to that. But essentially, it's all within the same vein. Okay. Write the stuff down so you can see it. And you can also see what you've been working on. You can also see how far you've come. And we'll get into a space where someone will ask us, or we'll be asked the question, um, or we may even ask it of ourselves, like, am I accomplishing anything? Am I overcoming anything? But if you don't have a measurement to what you're supposed to be overcoming, you won't know. You won't be able to answer that question. Okay, because you don't even got a measurement. You understand? So we got the King of Pentacles. Okay. This King of Pentacles shows up here. Do we have to pay for a reading? Yes, but I'm closing my list. My list is closed. Nirvana. Um, but I have sessions and things that you can book also if you want a one-on-one. You go to the link in my bio, you could book that there. King of Pentacles shows up here. When the King of Pentacles shows up, this is talking about someone who's excellent in business. This is talking about great business acumen. This is talking about abundance and finances. There is, however, the reverse side that I also want to talk about. Okay. As in all of the business stuff, that's great. All of that's it. I think what you also have to be careful of is making sure, and that's that measurement, right? That's that making sure you're not having these unreasonable standards, okay? That you don't, if something doesn't take off as soon as you think, or if something takes longer to get moving, or if there's an idea and you're like, oh, that's not working, that doesn't drop you, right? Because we can get to a space where we are obsessed with our success, right? Or we are so driven that we just got to get to a certain point by a certain time. You know what I'm saying? That if something's taking longer, we don't be like, you know what? I'm trash. I'm a trash bag. Throw it all away. I'm not good. I don't know what I'm doing. We don't get pulled into that space. But just know that you are also, and the other thing is too, you are what people will call a serial entrepreneur. If V could have 55 businesses running right now, V would. Okay? V would. Now that's just it. Okay? And so, because that is that, just know you have that trait and that quality. I'm just a curious polymath. Well, you know what? Whatever word you want to use for it, very good. But I'm focused right now. Good, very good. And honing that. And also know that, I talked about this in the Patreon, talking about tribal mothers. And know that mothers traditionally, well, some tribal mothers would only have 4 children in their lifetime. And they would not have, some would not even engage in intercourse at all with another, with a, another, with a man, because of the in the first 4 years of the child's life, because they wanted to make sure that the child got all the nurturing necessary in the formative years. Okay. And I think that that is a beautiful principle when it comes to trying to bring things to life, making sure that we take time and focus on the thing and nurture that and give it the attention that it needs in order for it to bloom and blossom in the way that it should. Right? You see what I'm saying? And that's the trick bag that we have as entrepreneurs, as serial entrepreneurs who have a lot of ideas, and then we end up starting a lot of different things that we don't really take time to nurture um, the main thing that we started, you know? And we got a whole bunch of cheering, and none of them is getting raised. Okay? None of the cheering is getting raised. All right. At the bottom of the deck, you got the judgment card upright. And the judgment card is a profound card that's talking about divine timing, divine alignment. And it is also talking about a new era that is building up in your life. And so when we have this happen, the answer to how to align with this energy is to just go with the flow. Go where you're being led to, hear what you need to hear, do the things that your spirit is telling you to do, because there is a new phase that is being ushered into your life. This kind of rebirthing, this newness. And your answer just needs to be yes. Okay. And going with the flow. Because one thing that we don't want to do is be in opposition with the universe. Because you're going in opposition of the universe, and the universe will move you if you don't want to move. And we don't want to be in opposition of the universe. We want to go with the universe. Okay? We want to flow with the universe. Okay, V. Thank you. I got Venna right now. You're so welcome. Venna? F reloaded. Here. How do you pronounce your name? Is it Vanna? Like if it was VN, or is it Vina? Is it Vina? Vina. Got it. Vina. I want to get your names right. People stay getting my name wrong. People be calling me Daryl, Darrell, Darnell, Duracell. Duracell is crazy. The people will have called me Duracell. Not Duracell. All right, here we go. Vina. Let me say my prayer. All right, divine source, divine spirit. Please connect me with Vina's energy. All right, spirit. Duracell is wild. Baby, they call me Duracell. I said, all right. Y'all not even trying at this point. Okay, Vina. Vina, how have you been feeling emotionally? The spirit kind of wants me to talk about like your emotional temperament. Has your emotions been a little rocky, or how have you been feeling emotionally? Vina says turmoil. Okay. Not the turmoil. Venus says, oh, have I been feeling? Hit the big red button. Blow everything up. Hurricane. Destroy everything. Okay. All right. I'm understanding. So I'm definitely in your energy then. Spirit. What does she need to know? What does Vina need to know? Two more cards for Vina. Okay. Can't make this up. The card that flew out, one of the cards was the Nine of Swords in reverse. And it literally, you won't be able to see it, but it literally says inner, like it's about inner turmoil. Like that's what the card is. So I'm gonna get to that in just a second. So We got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Did you recently receive like some bad news or some information about something that kind of shifted you, that pulled you into sort of a negative headspace? Got it. You ended in a narcissistic relationship. Gotcha. Gotcha. So that was that. Okay. Um, so one, congratulations. Congratulations. Which is also why the second card that comes up here for you is the World card, Vina. It's the World card. With this World card, this comes to speak about completion, okay? An accomplishment. And that part of your life being done. All right. Um, when you have done something like that, it is very important that you get yourself back to a sturdy grounding and a sturdy foundation, because dealing with a narcissist, you're gaslit, your reality is shifted. um Hard to see where you start or whether you end and where the other person begins. And so it's a lot of reality checks. Okay. And so you gotta establish a foundation. One thing that narcissists are, child, the reigning champs of, is robbing you of identity, because you have to know and learn and discover who it is that you are again. And this can be very frightening, intimidating, but it's a part of the journey. And the good thing is that you are able to define you. Okay. And so, as tumultuous as this may have been, and as tumultuous as it can feel, the blessing in this is it's done. Okay. And there is a new phase, a new chapter of your life that's coming into play. You got the star card here upright. When the star card shows up, this star card, hey, this star card is about hope, okay, and renewing your faith in the spirit, in yourself, in your life. Um, yes, I'm rediscovering myself as well and not feeling guilty about taking my time and not comparing. Yeah, that's right. And might I add to that, not comparing yourself to who, where, and what you thought you would be at this time in your life. Okay. So with the star card here, that's talking about hope and renewal. This is also an indication of you really diving into your spirituality. All right. Really diving into your spirituality. But from a holistic standpoint, please make that note. Holistic spirituality. I don't need you just shaking rocks, blowing smoke. I need you to work on the mind. I need you to work on the body and the spirit. Holistic. All right. Because there's a lot of mental healing that you have to do. There's a lot of mindsets that you have to do. Yes, dealing with a narcissist is energetic. and energetically draining, but it is directly impacting the mental health. That's the battleground. Okay. And so you're really going to lean into holistic wellness. All right. So we got to approach this thing. People in Lighthouse crack up when I say this, but we got to approach it from all sides, because this wasn't just a spiritual or energetic warfare. It was a physical, it was a mental battle as well. But this here, this star card, the number is 8. And with this star card, with the number 8, that is the energy of this year. And so, as I said earlier, 8 is number for foundation, is for abundance as well. But it's really heavy in earth energy and getting that foundation back. And so this is what you're stepping into. Okay. And so it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be a challenge, but the beauty of being the problem is that you are the solution. And I'm grateful that I can be the solution to myself, and I don't have to wait on nobody else to heal me or take care of me or get me back together. That's a blessing. Okay. That's the blessing. And Vina, I offer spiritual coaching sessions, and I really feel that you would benefit from a spiritual coaching session. That way we can talk virtually, face to face, talk about your experiences, and we can craft for you a plan for your life as you are navigating getting out, having gotten out of that relationship and discovering yourself. I think you would really benefit from that. So, what I want you to do is, if you feel led to, go to the link in my bio, and you'll see a button that says readings and coachings, and um, you can book a spiritual coaching session. Okay. And also tell people, honestly, I don't ever stop reading. So the difference between the personal reading and the spiritual coaching session is that I'll be giving you full like plans and stuff with the coaching session. It's more of a conversation and an assessment. Okay. But you don't need a personal reading. You need a coaching session, I would say, because we already know what's going on, right? We don't need to look into the future and figure out. No, we have to set up a plan and get ourselves to a level of equilibrium now. Okay. Then once we get all that together, we get ourselves balanced, we have gotten our mind, our body, and our spirit right. Then we could start looking into, where my spiritual gifts come in, where I go. We can look into all that. But I think that will be beneficial for you, Vina. Okay. Thank you so much, Vina. You are so welcome. Okay. So, real quick, um, let me block out some turn through the um so y'all, I just released an ebook. Okay. And the ebook is called Holy Hoodoo. And so for those of you that practice hoodoo, or you are, I'm sorry, hold on, let me type this in. Yeah, for those of you that practice hoodoo, and in particular, those of you who utilize the Bible and scriptures in your hoodoo practice, I create this ebook. It has over 100 scriptures that I curated that are for different types of workings. Okay. So it's broken up into 10 different categories. There are for protection, for healing, for prosperity, for love, for strength, for clarity, for manifestation, for justice, for legal things, for success, and for peace. Okay. And guess what? It is nothing but $11.11. Okay. So listen, if you want that um, ebook, we can have this one or two ways. You can go to the website and get it. I'm gonna post it in the Patreon. That's what I was supposed to do yesterday. And post it in the Patreon. Or no. We're just gonna do it that way because I have to leave. I was gonna say I could do it and send it to you, but instead, do it in the Patreon. But you can go to the link and you can purchase that. It's only $11.11. Available now. Okay. So I had to plug that there. Plug that there. Yeah. Okay. Next. Publish. All right. So I love y'all from a light filled place. Go forth, conquer, do the right thing, be well, do well. I will be in touch and talk to y'all later. Peace, everybody. And I'll check my email for the children I need to check. Okay. Peace, y'all.